Hi friends! So today's video is going to be another get ready with me. It's going to be featuring this look, which is just kind of a basic, neutral, work appropriate, date appropriate, really everyday kind of appropriate look. It's super easy, nothing complicated whatsoever. And in my last couple of get ready with me's, I featured like basically all new products. Some of the things I'd never even used before, some of them I'd only used like once or twice. But today's video is featuring like tried and true products. There's only one new thing in this lineup, and it's a product that I actually have grown to like a lot. It's actually kind of shocking to me that I like this as much as I do, because I didn't anticipate liking it, if that makes any sense. Okay, so before I get into product details and what I featured, I want to talk about my mug, because like I told you all, I'm going to show you my mug. So this is the Glossier Austin pop-ups like special piece of merch. It was this cute little diner style mug that has a little Milky Jelly and a Balm.com being best friends on it. I'm not that big of a Glossier fan, to be completely honest. I do love their packaging, but a lot of their products just don't work for me. But I love this mug. I think it's so cute. My friend Ari picked it up for me because she lives in Texas and I don't. I really hate how exclusive these things are. Like, I can't link you to this. I could link you to like an eBay listing of it probably, but like I hate how exclusive these things are. You have to actually be able to go to a pop-up to buy this stuff. And I don't think that this pop-up is in existence anymore. But yeah, this is my mug for today. And it's literally one of my all-time faves. So I'm going to put it out into the universe. I am not feeling myself today. I don't like how my makeup really turned out, but I filmed it and I'm trying to practice confidence and whatever. So I'm putting it out into the universe anyway. But like, I've got this big pimple happening, and I've got a couple of pimples over here, and I've got one on my chin. I'm just not feeling myself, and I think we all have these days. So I mean, I don't know if there's any worth to me sharing that with you, but maybe there's some worth to me. Maybe it'll make me feel a little better. I don't know. But yeah, hormones, I hate them, even though they guide literally every function of my body. So yeah, maybe I'll look over this get ready with me footage and I'll be like, you cannot post that, because I really don't feel like my makeup looks that good. But I used the Bare Minerals Original Loose Powder Foundation. Is this called loose powder? It's just called the Bare Minerals Original Foundation. I really like this, and part of the reason why I chose to use this today is because my skin is freaking out a little bit, and this is so simple, and I feel like it could not possibly break anyone out. Like, it has 5 ingredients. It is just bare bones, basic, but it's so good. It's such a good foundation. So especially on like really good skin days, this makes my skin look flawless. Okay, so my dog started barking and I got distracted and I didn't properly introduce this video actually. So this routine was basically based entirely around the Bare Minerals powder foundation. So you'll see that I spend the most time on my complexion in this video, and the reason that that is because when my skin is not feeling at its best, I like to focus all of my time on the complexion, making it look as best I can, because it is my least confident feature when it's not doing its best, if that makes any sense. So the reason I like to use Bare Minerals is because it's so minimal and it's not going to irritate my skin or make my skin any worse. So basically I went in and spot concealed before I actually went in with the foundation as my base. And I wouldn't recommend doing this. The only reason I did it was to increase my confidence coming on the camera. But I really don't think it's effective this way. You just buff it into the skin and it loses that extra coverage. So I will show you how I spot conceal once I've finished my base. I'm using a Happy Buki brush to apply this foundation. I'm using stippling and swirling motions. The swirling and buffing motions are necessary to basically make this powder foundation into what it actually is. So this foundation kind of transforms from a powder to a cream, and it gives it a very unique finish. It's sort of a natural matte but radiant. It doesn't make any sense how it works, but it's really, really nice, trust me. I don't love matte finishes, and this definitely does have a matte lean, but it's more on the radiant side, more on the natural side, which is very much preferable over like a cakey, matte, dry look, if you know what I'm saying. So So just a little bit on the coverage of this. I would classify this as being light to medium buildable coverage. It's not going to be super full coverage, which is preferable for me because I feel like the older I get, the more full coverage just makes me look even older. So I tend to go now for more light to medium coverage and spot conceal, which is what I'm doing now. So the way that I spot conceal with this and the way that I build coverage with this is using this little fancy brush from Tarte, which is their concealer brush. It is dual-ended. It has one side that is flat and dense and the other side is fluffier. So what I do is I pack on coverage with the flat dense side, and then I kind of buff it out or blend it out and make it look more seamless, more fitted in with the rest of the foundation with the other fluffier side. So I use this underneath my eyes. I use it on top of pimples or blemishes or hyperpigmented spots, etc. I just use it over anything that I feel needs a little bit more coverage, a little bit more evening out. And I find that this method works really well for me. I don't know how other people do it, but I just feel like this is the best method for me personally, and I really like the effect that it gives my skin towards the end. Like I said, I'm putting most of my focus on my complexion in this look because I was feeling very unconfident about my skin this day. I have that big pimple on my forehead, and I'm like, what is going on with that? But it is what it is, and you've got to do what you can to feel as good in your skin as you can, which is one of the reasons why I just love makeup so much. It has the ability to totally transform my mood about my appearance, and that makes me very, very happy. So as you can see, this brush is pretty much magic. I was going to buy the Hourglass brush that's very similar, but I'm so happy with this one that I'm considering just buying a second one so I have a backup. And my last step with my foundation, with my base, is really just to make sure everything's blended together, everything looks seamless, nothing looks cakey or overdone or anything like that. So I did a little bit with my concealer brush and then just a little bit more buffing with my foundation brush. And now we move on to cheeks. First quandary is, what blush do I use? The monochromatic blush in Pink Dahlia from Cover FX or the Chantecaille blush in Emotion? I obviously go with the Chantecaille because it is literally my favorite blush in the entire world. This formula is incredible, like literally so incredible. I feel like anyone on the face of this planet could use it and like it and love the effect they get from it. It has the nicest balance of pigmented but easy to use because, you know, blush I feel can be very intimidating, especially if it's too pigmented. It can totally make you look like a clown. And I feel like this is perfectly balanced to where you almost can't use too much. You can because it's buildable, but if you're being careful and you're not like being super heavy-handed, it's the easiest. It's so approachable. And I love it and I recommend it all the time. It is definitely not cheap, but blushes last forever. And if you are someone that absolutely loves blush, you have to put this on your list. You have to try the Chantecaille blushes at some point. They're beautiful, they're blendable, they're amazing. Next, I'm going in with the Kosis Sun Show Baked Bronzer in the shade Light. And at the beginning of the video, you remember I mentioned a new product that I actually like, but I was shocked that I like. It's this product. I'm shocked that I actually like this, but I do like it. I like it a lot. So in the pan, it looks like a highlighter. I don't understand how it functions as a blush, or as a bronzer, but it totally does. It has more of a reddish undertone, and it definitely doesn't make my skin look muddy or dirty or, you know, I often have that problem with bronzers. The undertones of them do not work well with my skin. And I'm always going for the faux sunburnt kind of look, especially when it's warm out. I want to look like I've been in the sun, but I don't want to actually be in the sun, if that makes any sense. And I feel like the undertone of this really works with that particular cause in mind. It makes me feel sun-kissed. It makes me feel nice. And ordinarily, I would really only use this on my cheekbones and on my forehead and not really on my nose. But I did today because I felt like my foundation was looking a little bit light on camera and I wanted to warm my face up a little bit more. So now I'm going in with my foundation brush and just blending that bronzer in, making sure there's no harsh lines. And now I'm going to retrieve the highlighter that I forgot to grab. It is the Shimmering Skin Perfector from Becca in the shade Moonstone, which this shade is newer to me, but it is my favorite of all time. These highlighters are incredible. The glow that they give, they're not glittery, they're not chunky. They're very, very, very good in terms of their highlighting abilities. They are the standard by which I measure all other highlighters, and this is my favorite shade because I just feel like it looks really good with my skin tone. Next, I'm going in with this mini Viseart palette. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but I will totally link it down below. It's one of their minis. I got it in the queue at Sephora. And I'm going in with the lightest matte brown shade in the outer V of my eye. I want to add some definition and kind of smoke it out just a little bit. I want a little bit of drama, but not too much. I want this to be approachable and wearable and definitely daytime friendly. So at least for me, I don't typically wear dramatic eye looks during the day just because I'm not used to it. I love eyeshadow and I love wearing eyeshadow, but for work and all of that stuff, I just don't wear dramatic eyes. So I'm going with something a little bit less dramatic, but still has a little punch of drama, just a little bit. So I'm blending that out. I don't want any harsh lines. Blending is your best friend, as we all know now. No harsh lines ever. Now I'm going in with the lighter champagne shimmery shade, which is one of my favorite shades because these shimmery, taupey, champagne-y shades are literally my trademark. They are all I need if I could only choose one eyeshadow in the world. I love using these as just a general wash of color over my lids, but for today I'm using it basically on the inner 2/3 of the eye or the center of the eye. And then I'm taking the white matte and I'm using that kind of as a highlight, but also using it to blend out that shimmery shade. This matte white is incredible. Viseart shadows are amazing. This is my only experience with them because they are very expensive and I just wasn't sure that I wanted to invest in them without trying them. So this palette I think was in the 20s, like it was like $25, maybe $30. It was well worth it. It's a really good palette. The colors are amazing. The blendability is incredible. The quality, the payoff, it's just really, like they're really some of my favorite shadows ever at this point. I've had this palette I think since November. Now I'm going in with eyebrows. I'm using my favorite brow product, and that is the Tarte Sketch and Set. This is a dual-ended brow product. It is a gel and a pencil all in one. I love these. The pencil is pigmented, but it is nice and light enough to where I can use it to definitely define my brows without making them look chunky or like bricks on my face, if that makes any sense. And then this gel has incredible hold, and it also has great pigment. I use this alone a lot of the time, but for today's purpose, I used both. And then I'm going in with the Buxom Plumping Lip Balm just to give my lips a little bit of a tint and a little bit of a nice sheen without any, I don't know, real pigment that I have to worry about reapplying. And this is the final look. I applied my eyelashes off camera. Well, I applied my mascara, not eyelashes. But yeah, Film Noir by Hourglass. And this is the look. That was it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm pretty sure I showed you my face with my hair not looking like a total hot mess, but if I didn't, here it is. You can definitely still see my little blemishes peeking through, but to be completely honest, these are like some vicious blemishes and I don't feel like they could even be covered by the most heavy-duty concealer in all of the land. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not like super happy with it, but I'm really just not happy with it because of this thing on my forehead. Like it's just making me super self-conscious. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I would like this makeup look otherwise. I really like my eyes. They're like slightly dramatic, but like in an easy, basic kind of way. Okay, I'm rambling. So I will talk to you all later. Bye.